Hello, I'm Kyle Karspek, and I'm doing the Lunar Baedeker by Mina Loy. This poem was written in the 1920s, so I'm only going to read the first half of the poem just to save some time, but the first half does good justice on the whole theme of the poem. And without further ado, I'm going to start reading it. A silver Lucifer serves cocaine and cornucopia to some somnambulists of adolescent thighs draped in satirical draperies. Paris in livery, prepare, leave for posthumous parvenus. Delirious avenues lit with the chandelier souls of infusoria from Pharaoh's tombstones. Led to mercurial doomsdays, odious oasis in furrowed phosphorus, the eye-white skylight, white light district of lunar lust. Electric signs, wing shows on starways, zodiac carousel. So at first I tried to look into the time that it was written in the 1920s, and I connected that to maybe Mina Loy predicted the downfall of Earth with the Great Depression. And by doing so, she wanted nothing to do with Earth and she wanted to move on as fast as possible. So with that being said, that's why she wrote the story on the moon. And she used her imagery and scenery very well to depict this beautiful image on the moon with like this non-stop party. You can do whatever you want. There's drugs there's drinking there, and you can literally do whatever you want. Like she mentioned seeing dead people, and to some people that would mean the world. And with the scenery, she's just describing it as the prettiest and most like euphoric place possible, with these beautiful draperies, the white moonlight combined with like Broadway signs, the electric Broadway signs really brings this like really night vibe in New York City, and a lot of people do enjoy that. And she also describes the chandeliers made out of the Pharaoh's tombstone, so only like the finest jewelry and all of that. But I wanted that to connect with what other people can read today, and I didn't really see the longevity in the whole thing. Obviously there's going to be ups and downs for everyone in the world, but to this extent, I didn't think that there's too many downfalls and ups like that are this big, like comparing with the Roaring '20s and the Great Depression. So I decided to take a further look into the poem to depict what this is really about. So the first line I'm going to reread is Paris in livery, prepare, leave for posthumous parvenus. So this is kind of talk about that whole dead people thing that I was mentioning earlier. And this really made sense to me, and I connected it to Mina's lack of love in her world today. And with her stating this is actually meaning that she's basically given up all hope on her love life and truly believes that her true lover is already deceased, which is really, really sad to think. And the second line I'm going to read is, a silver Lucifer serves cocaine and cornucopia. So that is the whole drug thing with the party, and she can use this to two ways, connecting it to love. She can use this to cope with her love, and she can also use it as a way of exposure to meet new people. But as the story goes on, she clearly is unhappy and she hasn't found the one. So the third line that I have is, led to mercurial doomsdays, odious oasis, and furrow phosphorus. So odious oasis is this unpleasant water in the desert, and as we all know, there's not much water in the desert, so some people can use this and view it as a miracle. And that's what Mina's really depicting here, that she needs a miracle to basically save her love life, and that's how little hope that she has for the rest of this. And she's using the whole scene with the party and the beautiful, like she's trying her best with all the beautiful sceneries and the party. She's trying to expose herself and get herself out there to as many people as possible to try to find the one, but she can't really do it. And that is the main purpose of this poem, the lack of love life. And the longevity in this is everyone can connect to this at some point in time. You're not just going to find one person and be happy with them. I mean, some people do, and fair play to them, but a lot of people, it takes a lot of work and a lot of stress, and a lot of people are very upset with this portion of their life. And with the poem itself, it holds no rhyme scheme and it has no meter. So this is a free verse poem by Mina Loy. And I think the way she used her scenery and her imagery is really, really special, and that creates this whole scene, and it creates this image that can go on for generations and generations, and everyone in the world can connect to it. Without further ado, I am signing off. Thank you for listening.